All right, my friends, I saw this video. It just popped up on the feed, bro. I have to do a reaction video to our good friend, you know who, Eddie Hall, man. The beast, bro. So, I'm going to do a reaction video to Eddie Hall's video. The strongman gear slave himself. All right, so Eddie Hall says, calling out Greg Doucette's bull BS. All right, man, I can't wait.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping good. I've got a big fight with Marius coming up on April the 26th, so keep your eyes peeled on the channel.
Marius is going to fight Mariusz Pudzianowski, 5 times world's strongest man. How many times has Eddie become world's strongest man? Oh, once, and it was controversial between the Mountain and him to win that world's strongest man title. Okay, and then he retired. Okay,
it's a pay-per-view for that. But on the process of getting up to that fight, I've done a number of diets and changed up my exercise regime to try and drop some body fat and just feel better within myself. One of those diets was the carnivore diet, where you basically just eat meat, eggs and dairy for a certain amount of time. I did that diet for 90 days, but the maggots didn't like it. Greg Doucette came out of the woodwork and decided to do a debunk video on me, and let's just watch the video and get stuck into it.
He did a debunk video on Eddie. All right.
Firstly, let's just get into the name calling, because everyone's...
No, you don't say, really?
I'd love to take the piss out of Greg Doucette's name. Sorry, Greg Doucette's name. So let's just get it out of the way. We've got douchebag, douchette, douchat, douche, call, douche. There we go. That's it. We got it out of the way anyway. I just thought it was just fair to get it out of the way nice and early instead of just keep chucking it in the video. So let's get the video up and let's just hit play and let's call out Greg Doucette's BS.
You're over 30%. Eddie is obese, nearly morbidly obese. But listen, you didn't talk about the steroids.
Right, okay. Well, let's stop there, Greg. I mean, calling a man morbidly obese and then using footage from him when he was nearly 100 pounds heavier, it's a bit of bullshit in it, that, mate. He's used a clip of me there doing a 500 kilo deadlift where I was over 400 pounds in body weight. And morbidly obese, geez. I mean, I'm 350 pounds right now, and I can tell you now, I don't feel morbidly obese. I run a mile in under 7 minutes. I can swim a mile in 22 minutes. I can cycle, I can fight. I'm fighting 4-minute rounds. Like, I'm fit. Like, I know I am fitter than 99% of the population. I know that for a fact. I can hand on heart honestly say that without a doubt. I am fitter than 99%.
Fit doesn't mean healthy, but yeah, fit. Okay, you're fit, that you're good at doing something. Fit. See what I mean? Fit just means fitness. You're good at doing something. I don't know, maybe you're good at doing box squats or something like that. He's fit. I know Eddie Hall can swim, right? He does swimming and a few things. Yeah, okay, he's athletic.
The population. How can a man that is that fit be morbidly obese? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is it because he's taking the steroids? Are they aiding in all this so-called fitness? Would he be doing it himself, or would he be like really slow carrying all that weight around? He's quite obese, man. You know what I mean? Are the steroids helping?
But anyway, and bye. Greg, what the? Have you got like a voice box stuck in the back of your throat or something? You sound like that f***ing dinosaur off Toy Story.
I think I'm just coming off as annoying.
Right, let's carry on anyway. I don't know how the f*** I'm going to watch this entire video. Sends shivers up my spine, that voice does. I feel sorry for his missus. Jesus Christ. There's no way she is with him for his looks or his personality or his f***ing voice. So you must have
I'm gonna have to agree with Eddie Hall.
a massive dick. It must be humongous. Or he's got loads of money. Probably the latter.
Coach Greg, in today's video, I'm calling out Eddie Hall.
Bruh.
I'm sorry, Eddie, but you made and posted a video, and you said you went from 28% body fat to 20% body fat. And you...
Okay, I'll stop you there, Greg. It was actually 27.1% to 20%. So you've lied already. Bullshit. So let's just get that right straight off. So you added a percent on out of nowhere.
He did so from eating steak for 90 days. But listen, you didn't talk about the steroids. I mean, I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. Well, no, everyone's thinking you don't need to actually follow that diet, that you could have had vegetables and fruits, and you still would have lost the weight. Consider this. You went from 370 to 350 while dropping 8% body fat. And so while depleting...
7.
Is Greg talking from experience? Yeah, because he takes steroids, so he kind of knows what's going on there in that world, that genre.
7% body fat. And if I was to dive into the video, I very openly say that the calipers aren't accurate. I was probably more like 25, and I very openly say, you know, there's a good chance it could have been 2% either way. So he's just talking shit. Anyway, let's go.
your glycogen stores, having no carbs and so on, you managed to put on 14 pounds of muscle while dropping...
How does he work that out? Where's he got putting on 14 pounds of muscle from? He should have made that up. For fuck's sake.
Dropping 33 pounds of fat. Let's just watch.
I've been on 33 pounds of fat. I didn't say 33 pounds of fat. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Pretty sure that I lost 20 pounds overall, 9 kilo. So I lost 20 pounds overall. So where the f*** has he got 14 pounds of muscle and 33 pounds of fat from? He just makes shit up. Just suit his own narrative to get his dramatized video to get more views and clickbait. Just fucking drop that squeaky little fucking voice as well. Me. Carnivore diet for 3 months. I feel absolutely incredible.
Is he feeling incredible from the steroids, the cycle that he's on, or is it from losing 20 pounds? And so is it from cutting out the fruit?
Why does Greg keep mentioning steroids? Put this in ChatGPT, hang on. Why does Greg Doucette know so much about steroids? Greg Doucette knows so much.
It's true, Eddie Hall's on steroids, but yeah, I like this part when he talks about Greg Doucette and steroids.
About steroids because he has been an historic abuser of anabolic steroids throughout his bodybuilding and powerlifting career. Key reasons for his knowledge on steroids: personal experience and abuse. Greg openly admits to using steroids for years to enhance his performance in bodybuilding and in powerlifting. His personal use gave him first-hand experience with different compound cycles and side effects. Number 2, he was caught selling steroids. Gregory, have we unlocked something here? Have we brought something out the closet? Or is this... I didn't know this. Jeez. In 2010, he was caught and prosecuted in Canada for smuggling and distributing anabolic steroids. At one point, he was selling steroids worth $250,000, leading to criminal charges. Most of the steroids he sold were counterfeit and fake.
Kind of like what he's selling now. Counterfeit and fake. His cookbook, his plan books, everything he's selling is fake because... took steroids. Steroids, they don't build muscles. It's cosmetic. It's something fake, artificial you're doing. So his training books, his cookbooks, and all his powders and things, they don't build muscles, bro. It's fake.
Great, now I have guilt.
Oh, f***ing hell, Greg. Just like you.
He's continued in that behavior.
Your personality and any product you put your name to, you have just outed yourself, sir. Let me read that again. Most of the steroids he sold were counterfeit and fake, which means he also learned about how fake steroids circulate in the black market. Yes, because of pricks like you selling dirty, horrible fake snake oil to your friends, no doubt, and telling them it's going to make them massive and anabolic and lose weight and put muscle on, whatever else. You snaky bastard.
Well, no, I don't like confrontations.
Right, anyway. Enough on that. Fake steroids, Jesus Christ. You can't even sell the real stuff. You have to sell the fake shit because you are a dirty snake. Anyway, bodybuilding and powerlifting background. Greg is an IFBB pro bodybuilder and record-holding powerlifter. Okay, fair play. So he's got records, I would imagine, world records, I don't know, both of which are industries where steroids are widely used. Competing in both tested and untested federations, well, definitely not the tested, Let's get that right. Gave him insight how steroids impact performance. Education in kinesiology. Sorry if I butchered that. He has a master's degree in kinesiology, which gives him a scientific understanding of muscle growth, recovery, and ped effects. This allows him to explain steroids from a research-based perspective, not just anecdotal. It also gives him great knowledge and understanding of how to fake steroids. So he went to university to get a master's degree to sell fake steroids.
Mr. Light here. Now I'm curious. What does
I love that one. He went to university to sell fake steroids.
the Space Ranger actually do?
Greg, coaching and mentoring athletes. Greg has coached hundreds of athletes, both naturally enhanced, giving him experience in the managing cycles. Can you imagine?
Natural? Come on, man. That's ridiculous. This is really funny. Giving him experience in managing cycles, recovery, minimizing side effects. He warns against excessive steroid use, advocating for hormone replacement therapy. Yeah, okay, whatever. Reckless abuse.
Hiring Greg as a personal trainer. Me. As part of the package, do you get headphones? So you can't hear his fucking squeaky, horrible voice? At least come with fucking earplugs, Jesus.
But later, Brandon would accuse Greg of being a terrible coach, charging way too much for his services, saying that he didn't change his plans enough and that he didn't listen to him.
He warns against excessive steroid use, advocating for hormone replacement therapy and lower doses instead of reckless abuse. Now that I condone. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Throwing accusations of people doing other than that is pretty dangerous thing to do, though, I must say. YouTube career and Natty or Not exposure. He's built a YouTube career around calling out fake naturals, breaking down steroid cycles, and educating people on PEDs. His Natty or Not videos are some of the most popular on his platform. Well, of course, everyone loves drama, don't they? Everyone loves a little drama queen selling fake steroids all over Canada and then getting outed on the internet. Everyone loves that shit. So, Greg Doucette knows about steroids because he has used, sold, and studied them extensively. His experience with personal abuse, legal distribution, formal education, and coaching athletes makes him one of the most knowledgeable and conversational, yes, I can believe that, voices on the subject. Would you like a mem or funny take on this as well? Yes, please. Greg, why do you know so much about steroids, Greg?
Because I sold 250,000 pounds worth of them, and they were all fake.
You little bitch, right, okay, the fake natty detector. Okay, Greg Doucette looking at a 12-year-old who just hit puberty.
Not natty.
Bro, I just had a growth spurt. Well, these are great. Greg's underground steroid business, dealer. How much fake gear do you want?
All of it. Let's go.
5 minutes later, officer.
This is just anabolic ketchup.
I could read these all day. Greg's natty or not judging criteria. If you lift weights, not natty. If you look muscular, definitely not natty. If you breathe too heavy, suspiciously probably on trend. You buy steroids from Greg, fake and natty at the same time. Or you're getting f***ing rinsed here, bro.
This is actually really funny, man. I like Eddie. I think I'm liking Eddie more and more now.
We're done. Let's get back to the video.
Vegetables, or I don't know, from cutting out the cheesecake, the ice cream, the pastries, the junk food, and so on. Does anyone think that he couldn't have just went on the I'm going to stop eating shit food every freaking day diet?
Now, see, Greg, you just pointed out that I ate nothing but shit food every day with a video of me eating burgers and whatever else. Again, just to suit your narrative. It's just a bit dirty, ain't it, bro?
How many people, raise your freaking hands right now, raise the roof, think that this guy is under 20% body fat as he speaks right now? You're gonna debate me. Oh, he's got immaculate blood work. Really? Look at his physique. Let's use the eye test. Do you really think this is 20% body fat? And so if this is 20% body fat, I'd hate to see the before. 27% body fat? You see the size, the roundness of the face, you see the size of the stomach. This ain't 20%. This looks like a bulk gone wrong.
I mean, jeez, man. I mean, you look at pictures of me when I was like 16 years old, and I was shredded. Just come out the swimming. I was an Olympic standard swimmer. 16 years old, I was 100 kilos, so like 225 pounds, and I had a round face, and I was nowhere near 20% body fat, nowhere near. So I've always had a round face. So again, he's just nitpicking at my flaws to suit his narrative. I'm currently 159 kilos, so I've lost, quick math, 9 kilos.
Yeah, and so 3 months on a diet when you're 370 pounds and you lose 9 kilos, about 20 pounds. Why do you think that is? Because while he was losing body fat, he was putting on muscle from taking steroids. Does anyone...
Again, we're getting back to steroids. I mean, we all know why I know so much about them. Today, we're going to do a DEXA scan.
Did he literally do this to troll me? Eddie, what are you doing to me right now?
So it's going to give you a composition of what your muscle mass is, what your body fat is, what your bones are, to the decimal, which it does. It might not be accurate. I will agree with that. But it does. At the end of the day, why do DEXA scans exist? Are they just there for fun? Or are they there to actually give people a somewhat accurate measurement of what their muscle mass and bone structure and body fat and whatever else is? I think they're there for a reason.
The DEXA scan, he did not say an MRI scan. MRI scan, 100% accurate. DEXA scan, nearly useless.
That's true, man. DEXA scans are useless, man. They're not accurate at all in any way. I'm loving this video, man. I'm enjoying actually watching this. Eddie's funny. Eddie really called out Greg Doucette right now.
It's a guess. It'd probably be more accurate by asking a child, saying, hey, how fat do you think this guy is? Oh, pretty fat. The child is not guessing 20% body fat.
But Greg's squinty little eyes are guessing more than 20% body fat. So Greg's squinty little snake eyes are more accurate than a DEXA scan. I would rather trust a machine that's been designed by scientists and, German manufacturers.
I don't know what this obsession is with body fat. The guy's a strong man. He doesn't give a shit about body fat. He's not in the game to look pretty. But I mean, everybody likes to look good, right? Come on.
Over a dirty snake that sells fake steroids. So we're going to find out what my true body fat is today.
Bro doesn't even fit into me.
That's what I thought too, because I read that story where he sold fake. He actually had them filled up with some nasty oil to poison people with. That can destroy people's health. Taking out the steroids, selling people fake steroids like oil, injecting like Crisco oil. That's nasty, man. What an asshole. You could hurt people. They could have died injecting that shit. You know that? It's dangerous.
Machine. Last I checked, you can only be as accurate as the machine or the person testing you. All you need to do is ask Coach Greg. We're going to use Coach Greg's laser eyes to tell you.
You're over 30%.
I know you want to be under 20%, probably want to be single digits body fat, but you're not. You're going to convince me right now that if Eddie Hall had 0% body fat, that's far leaner than even Sebum, that he would weigh 280. Does anyone think that Eddie Hall would have 5% body fat, roughly as lean as the Mr. Olympia competitors, and weighing at 297 pounds? That he's literally bigger than Samson Dota. Notice a comparison, a side-by-side with Samson Dota.
Okay, it's a good comparison there. But I will say, black people in general just look bigger and more toned. That's just a fact. So he's just compared a 6'2" guy to a 5'10" guy and said, if you shred it up, it's not going to look like that. Of course you're not. Jeez.
It depends. I mean, I know Eddie Hall's structure. It seems like he has more myofibulars. I mean, per se, he has more myofibullar growth in his body. I'd say he's kind of obese, but he may have more myofibullar growth, man. And Samson Dota, you're comparing another steroid guy. It's probably just all mass sarcoplasmic. That's why he looks so big like that. That sarcoplasm can expand massively. That's what makes you look so big. That adds to the mass to make you look massive. If you're building myofibulars, you're never going to look, if you're dense, you're never going to look like you're massive. That's where they get the word massive from. So you put on this mass as well at the same time, so you look bigger than you are. But the whole point behind real lifting is to get more myofibullar growth. Well, that's in bodybuilding. I don't strongman. It's totally different. It's entertainment. It's performing.
Christ. Let's just check his maths on the body fat. So, 350 pounds, 300, times by 80, so minus 20%. That would put me at 280 pounds. If I was 0% body fat. So let's say he's right, we do the 5%. So let's do 350 divided by 100 times 85. That would put me at 5% body fat. 297, 300 pounds. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. I'm a big tall guy. I had a lot of muscle mass. I've got thick legs, thick waist. I think that's very reasonable.
Has Samson Dota ever looked that bad in his life? No.
We're also going to be meeting with Phil Richards, who is one of the best blood work doctors in the country. He had something ridiculous like 300 plus markers.
Now, listen to me straight. Remember, I tell you what you need to hear, not want to hear. I don't care what doctor you find, what blood markers they've given you, what a kind of polypharmacy they're doing. Okay. When you're this fat, it's not healthy. It's dramatically shortening your life. And so you can scour the earth until you find a doctor that's going to tell you what you want to hear. And that is, oh, you're perfectly healthy. But if you want a true doctor, they're going to say, Eddie.
I know why Greg is doing this, so he could sell more of his stupid diet books and shit and everything else.
You're 350 pounds.
God, Collison's doing well. So, you know, I'm going to Phil Richards, who's a good... He's not even a doctor. He's just a good guy that's got a good understanding of how the body should be under a peak performance. You know, he knows what the marker should be for peak performance. And that's what I'm after for this fight. I'm after peak performance. I'm not after a guy to sit there and tell me I'm healthy. I'm after a guy to sit there with what I've got, which is a 350 pound frame right now, and give me markers to be healthy, be fit, be strong, have longevity. You know, if I wasn't aware, Phil did not sit there and say you are 100% healthy, or, you know, you don't not need to lose weight, or you do need to lose weight. Phil knows I'm going to change my body weight and what he says. I'm there to talk with Phil about, you know, what the diet's done to my blood work from previous blood tests, and that's basically it. So, again, Greg just making up shit to suit his narrative.
Men who are 350 pounds plus don't live into their 80s and 90s. And so if you want to be healthy, you need to lose weight, and no, not just 20 pounds, a lot more. And what do you think the easiest way to do that is? To stop taking steroids.
You are not going to live into your 80s and 90s weighing 350 pounds. I'm well aware of that. I'm 37 at the minute. I've got a lot more to achieve. You know, I'm doing a fight against Marius in a month's time. I want to do a bodybuilding show at some point. Just once, just to see how I fare and how I look on stage. I think that'd be fun. Arm wrestling is something I want to get into. And then, you know, as I age and just relax a bit more, of course that body weight will come down to well under 300 pounds, I am sure. So I'm not naive enough to think I can stay at 350 forever. I don't need Coach Squeaky Head here to f***ing tell me otherwise.
Tell you, he's taking steroids. He's not natural. Describe how a man can cut out fruits and vegetables from his diet, just eat a carnivore diet, and put on 16 pounds of muscle while training for MMA. Now, listen.
Just stop you there, Greg. It went from, you said 14, you said you put 14 pounds of muscle on at the start of the video, now it's 16.
You managed to put on 14 pounds of muscle.
And I'm pretty sure in the video, I said I put, it's right here actually, it's right here, 2 seconds. So my lean mass on day 1, going off the calipers, was 122 kilo, okay? 122.4. My lean mass at day 90 was 122.9. So I put half a kilo of lean mass. It's a pound. Where's he getting 16 pounds from? Who the f*** said 16 pounds? Why the f*** are you lying out of your f***ing arse, Greg?
I'm not saying he's not physically fit, as in he's functional. He can box, he can fight, he can swim. The guy is an elite athlete. But I'm telling you, just because you're an elite athlete doesn't mean that you're healthy on the inside. And if you're 350 pounds plus, you're not healthy. How can a DEXA scan be accurate?
That's bullshit. I just think DEXA scan's not going to be accurate. An elite athlete, right, let's break that down. So an elite athlete, like I train a minimum of 10 hours a week with cardio, weights, swimming, whatever else. I'm sorry, but that compared to the general public, that's fitter and healthier than 99% of the population. It is. I don't give a f*** what weight you are. If you're doing that amount of cardio and keeping fit, you're an elite athlete and you're in good shape. So I don't need Greg to f***ing sit there and say you're not fit, it's not good for you. Look, man, body weight aside, it is. You know, if you're fit, you're fit. That's it. End of story. And he's going on about the DEXA scan now that I don't fit in the machine. Yeah, the DEXA scan is designed for a normal-sized human being. And I'm not a normal-sized human being, you know? I'm a bit of a genetic freak, a giant, if you will. Not like the Fours and the Brian Shaws, whatever else, but I'm a giant of the world. And a bit like airplane seats. Sometimes they're just not designed for normal people. And the DEXA scan, I think with this, they measured half the body. The DEXA scan's pretty accurate of just like doubling the other half and getting a full reading. The body weight was absolutely spot on, so they got the right. So as far as I'm concerned, It's as accurate as they can get. I'm not going to say the DEXA scan's 100% accurate. It's not. But it's there to give you a good idea. You know, a good reading. And that's exactly what we got from this.
Literally don't fit in the DEXA scan. With these large individuals, these machines, they don't guess very well. And in particular, when body parts don't fit inside the machine, how could it be accurate?
And then I'm also training for an MMA fight / boxing fight against Mariusz Pugnowski.
And so he's ramped up his training, his cardiovascular conditioning, MMA fighting.
I agree. Okay.
Weightlifting, arm wrestling, and everything. Well, he's gotten stronger. Well, in a calorie deficit. Remember,
At least he's doing something, man. He's doing, what is it? He wants to get into arm wrestling, fighting. Okay. He's retired.
he's lost body fat. He's on a carnivore diet. He's dieting and getting stronger.
Again, just to suit your narrative, Greg, it was a diet, yes, but in terms of calories, I was probably eating more calories. I was like, as you see in the video, if you watch the video I'm doing.
He's not dieting. He was doing an elimination. He eliminated the fake slave food diet, Greg. That's what he did. I don't get it. Everybody's carnivore. We all eat animal products. He simply eliminated all the other stuff and stayed with the animal products. I don't know where you're getting this carnivore diet thing. Everybody's a carnivore. Everybody eats meat. What are you talking about? But whatever.
Sort of 8,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
But my body fat has come down. You can visually see that.
Yeah.
And with that amount of fats that you're eating,
Because the slave food diet is what puts on all that nasty weight. Puts on all that fake weight.
you can have loads of energy, and it's a pretty studied thing. People go on the carnivore diet, they get stronger because you're eating that much more protein. You're repairing. And I'm actively. Training for a fight, I'm actively wanting to get stronger. So yes, I'm going to be pushing the weights a bit harder.
Sure, he's not as young as he once was. He certainly doesn't have newbie gains, and so explain that. How is he getting...
What is this newbie gains? There's no such thing as newbie gains. That's fabricated. It's fake. It's fabricated by the fake bodybuilders. The newbie gains, that's the excuse to go on steroids because they don't know what builds muscles. They're too dumb to understand that eccentric exercise builds muscles. For some reason, they're too dumb to understand that.
Stronger than he has been in years, while on a diet, putting on muscle, and you all just sit back and say, oh, it's got to be the carnivore diet.
This is what I look like. I'll say one thing, right? I've changed nothing. Since World's Strongest Man 2017, I have changed nothing. The only thing I changed for this 90 days was my diet. Nothing else changed. 3 months ago, and just a bit chubby.
Now remember, Eddie Abu has abs. He has them.
Did you just call me Eddie Abu? Oh, I think because he's called out Eddie Abu's bullshit before, and Eddie Abu is big on the carnivore diet. So I think he's just dropped a bombshell there. I think he's just got a hard on for anyone that's pro carnivore and he wants to stamp on him.
That way I could play the dominant predator.
I mean, Jesus, I am not a 50-year-old black man. I'm sorry, I'm not. Come on, Greg.
The heart, it doesn't really care all that much whether that body mass that you have is in forms of muscle or if it's in forms of fat.
That's bullshit. I'm sorry, that is f***ing bullshit. Just fucking shut the f*** up, Greg. Jesus Christ, dude.
I gotta agree with Eddie, man. This video is funny, dude.
I don't know about you, but abs is definitely the number one thing you notice.
In the before, you let your stomach out, and in the after, you flex it. How hard is
Why would he do that? That doesn't make any sense. He's trying to make a video. Why would he just... Oh, man, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense, bro. He didn't flex. Look at the background in the video. Look at what's on the counter against the counter. There's a few things there. There's something different there in the other picture. I mean, the chair is moved. There's some stuff there. There's that little doll at the end of the wall. It's gone. What's Greg's saying? He's faking it. I don't think so, dude.
this? You stick the gut out, breathe out, and in the after, you breathe in. That is the difference that...
He didn't do that in the after because there's something in the background that wasn't there before.
we're seeing.
In my opinion, like, I'll pause it here. So on the back photo here, like, just look at how thin the waist is, right? There's a little bit more definition on the shoulders, the traps, like, more defined. You can evidently see that little bulge muscles on my shoulder just before the tricep kicks out, you can evidently see that the body is more core. You can evidently
I see you got a little leaner, but that could be the help of the steroids too, and you being on the carnivore diet and the steroids.
see that it's lost body fat. And that was the aim of this diet for me. It was just to lose a bit of body fat.
And when you've only lost 20 pounds and you see a big difference, it's because you've added a lot of muscle. And it's from steroids.
I mean, but we've just been over that. I added half a kilo of muscle. I mean, that's the evidence there. So I've lost 9 kilo, but I look bigger. And my strength, and I honestly can't say this enough, my strength has gone through the roof.
Read between the lines.
Shoulder pressing 100 kilo dumbbells, hurt me tricep doing it, but I did it.
When you're on performance-enhancing drugs, the risk of injury, it's that much more. And why? Because you're getting stronger more quickly than you should be. The muscles, they get strong.
No, you're weaker on the eccentric. That's why you're getting, not because you're getting stronger. Your muscles aren't getting stronger. If they were getting stronger, then they wouldn't get injured. But Greg's lying. He got stronger because of the steroids giving you heavier lifts, but you're weaker on the eccentric. So you went really heavy on the concentric, but you're so weak on the eccentric, you'll get injured because he never compensated by building muscle in the eccentric, because that's why it builds muscles. The adaptation process is to protect you from getting injured. That's the whole point. That's how muscles are built. They're adapting so they don't get injured from the eccentric exercise, because they fuck you. Man, come on.
Well, the tendons and ligaments, they struggle.
How ligaments and tendons, they struggle because you didn't do any eccentric exercise, Greg. Greg doesn't even know this. Amazing. And he has this kinesiology degree. What school did he get it from? Where did you get that from? A Cracker Jack box?
To keep up. And so Eddie Hall, because of steroids, that's how he tore his triceps.
Look, a lot of these guys go on steroids, right? And their lifts go up exponentially, like super high. Because that's what steroids do. They bind to the receptor, giving you maximal force production. You go in, you start lifting, and then bam. Why are you getting injured? Because you got really strong on the concentric. You got better at the concentric, but guess what? You didn't get strong on the eccentric because it's adapted. You're not doing any of that. See what I mean? And you're going to get injured because you didn't build any myofibrillars to protect you. You have mass, but you have no myofibrillars to protect you from being injured.
Like, I had Iron Bibby over, who's the best log presser, overhead presser on the planet, training shoulders with him. I wanted to keep up as best as I could. We both pressed 100 kilo dumbbells. I pressed them for 2 reps. He pressed them for 1 rep. And for me, that was magical that I could keep up with one of the strongest people on the planet still. And unfortunately, I tore my tricep.
Yeah, but the only way you could keep up with them is taking steroids. That's unfortunate. You're a weak motherfucker. Oops, I mean a weak beep bleep. Anyway, yeah, man, I don't know. He tore his tricep doing that, but whatever.
I'm sorry, I haven't pressed that kind of weight for years and years and years and years, and stupidly got carried away. The ego took over during the session, and I wanted to keep up with Bibby, and I did it and tore my tricep. It is not because of steroids, you absolute fucking tool. Considering I'm not training for strength, I'm an MMA fighter at the minute. My strength.
I love this one. Not training for strength. Well, I train for strength. I do eccentric exercise. That's strength training to me. What strength training are you training for? Oh, concentric training. Okay. See what I mean? So why did you get injured if you're training for strength? I thought you were strong. If you're getting injured, then you must be weak. Get it? You understand me, man?
It's through the roof.
Imagine if I said, hey, guys.
It's through the roof because you stopped eating the fake food diet, the fake slave food diet, and your body's reacting better with the steroids binding to the androgen receptor, giving you more maximal force production.
I stopped lifting weights. I'm focused on just cycling. But hey, I took 3 months off the gym. I went back to the gym, and I'm stronger in all my lifts. And oh, by the way, I'm up 16 pounds of muscle. And now remember,
where the has he got 16 pounds of muscle from? My life.
Oh, I say turkesterone is way stronger than creatine, but I doubt it's going to add on 16 extra pounds of muscle in only 90 days. 16 pounds is a lot, and it's certainly not going to come from switching diets.
Okay, he's pushing a product there called turkesterone.
Yeah, of course. That was the whole point of the video, to push turkesterone. It's to convince you that you're never going to gain muscles because you hit something called a newbie gain, fake newbie gain thing he created out of thin air somewhere, I don't know where, and everything else, and that it's steroids and blah, 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 blah. build muscle and all this. That's what builds muscle. Steroids and these tablets and everything, they build muscles. And you reach genetic limit and whatever, new gain limit, and boom, you have to take this terkesterone.
I don't really care, but I just know a man that would sell fake counterfeit steroids in the hundreds of thousands of dollars worth at some time, probably ruining people's lives, livers, whatever else. I just know I would not trust a single fucking word that comes out of that man's mouth. In fact, let's see if Greg Doucette, the Turkesterone scandal got deeper. Oh, well, my response to Greg Doucette, it seems as though he's upset somebody here, and they've decided to do something to call him out. It's a transcript of his video, so let's just... Well, here we go. Unfortunately, we look at Greg's actions. Yeah, charged with possessing, importing, trafficking, and distributing steroids. And then there was the whole thing about the Turkesterone you're selling. Independent lab work not actually containing testosterone. He said it again! No, I haven't said anything. I'm not...
See, I've always known it was fake, man. You know that? Everything Greg does is fake. It's to rob people, that's all.
Exactly, accusations here. This guy has basically said an independent...
Again, that's just my opinion. I don't know. But it seems that way. It appears like everything is made to, I guess, rob people, whatever. I don't know. I don't care anyway.
Has looked at his product and there is testosterone in the product. Like I said, how the could you trust a single word that comes out of a drug dealer that sells fake drugs? Let's get back to the video. Point made. The strongest I've been for the last, I don't know, 4 years?
I mean, do I need to keep piling on the evidence? Saying Eddie Hall jumped on a cycle, that's a stretch. Does anyone doubt me? Oh, and for the testosterone, yeah, you know by now.
I doubt you. I doubt you massively about there's any testosterone actually in that product.
The Turkistatica plant. Other companies, well, let's just say they're lying. Of course they're lying.
Longevity and sustainability, that's the main thing.
The diet made me feel so good. It was such an amazing diet. I just can't stick to it anymore.
That's not what I said, though. I said the diet was amazing. It made me stronger. The whole purpose of doing the diet for 90 days was to record the results and show them to you guys, which I did. And then after talking to Phil Richards, who does my blood work, you know, I suggest you put some fruits, some vegetables back in, and that's the advice I'm taking, you know? It wasn't just, let's do this diet forever and ever. It's like, it was a trial thing. I wanted to see what it did for me, my strength, how I felt, and how it looked under the microscope.
The diet that you can follow is the diet that you can stick to for the rest of your life. I've already came up with the diet. It's a circle diet. It has saying I'll never eat a fruit or a vegetable or have anything tasty ever again aside from milk, eggs, steak, and cheese. Probably not going to be a diet you're going to follow for life.
And I enjoy fruit, I enjoy vegetables. I think little portions of them isn't going to do me any harm.
I'm pretty sure that when you weigh 350, you can handle more than little portions of fruit and vegetables. Oh, I could eat 4 asparagus. I don't think that would hurt me. Bro, you could eat an entire rainforest. You're not going to gain any weight. Little bit. What's he going to do? Have a small apple? Cut it in half, Mommy. I only want half the apple. It's Eddie freaking Hall.
I thrive. I feel so much better eating fats than... I've got to say that. I'm just going to stop the video here. I've never wanted to punch a man in the face so much in my life just from the sound of their voice. Continue.
Had he ever thought that it was from eating 8,000 to 10,000 calories a day of cheesecake? I don't like carbs, I like fats, says the man that eats sugar. Tons of sugar. There's a big difference between eating a carrot, asparagus, and a kiwi than eating a cheesecake.
It's dirty, Greg, that's dirty. Like, you just said I'm eating nothing but cheesecake and sugar, and then used a video of me eating sugar. It's just dirty, man. It's just dirty. Like, I could say you eat nothing but cheesecake and just keep playing a video of you eating cheesecake on repeat. Dirty tactics.
And so if you cut out the shit food, I guarantee you'd feel better. And is it actually the fact that you cut out all those food groups that make you feel better? Or maybe the fact you're on steroids?
Oh, Greg. Did you just say a fact? Maybe the fact. F-A-C-T. You're on steroids. Oh, that's... You've got to be careful saying shit like that, Sunshine. Stating facts. tell you what is a fact. It's a fact that Greg is a dirty snake, oil selling drug dealer who cannot be trusted. That's a fact. It's been proven time and time again. Cod liver oil and whatever else.
Eddie Abu for breakfast is having.
Call me Eddie Abu again. Again, he's got such a hatred for anyone that's.
I know. He's got a hatred for anybody that's doing something that's actually working. He doesn't want you to know what builds muscles, and he doesn't want you being on the carnivore diet. He wants you to buy his estrogenic cookbook so you can increase your estrogen and fail. And then you have to buy his exercise book, and then you have to buy his terkesterone, everything else.
On this carnivore diet, he's just mixing up people. He doesn't care who's attacking, he's just attacking because it doesn't suit his narrative of selling anabolic cook books and fake gear. So he's just.
Yes, I agree with Eddie. I agree with Eddie Hall. Yes, he's right.
Throwing shit constantly. Yeah.
Yes.
Having 200 grams of salmon. Now, I mean, compared to any diet that he's been on in the past, does anyone not think this is healthy? Of course it's going to be healthy. He's eating salmon. And he says, you know, I'm big on the anti-aging.
Yes, it is healthy. What about your anabolic French toast? Is that healthy? No.
Everything I do, it's about living longer. Except I'm not going to cut out the steroids. I mean, what?
Again, Greg, like, we just looked at that article earlier. You advocate steroids. You advocate them for certain things. And, you know, it's dirty tactics, mate. You're saying you're on X, Y, and Z. You have no clue.
Are we cutting out the low-hanging fruit? There are things that we can do, low-hanging fruit, that are the easiest things to do that'll make the biggest difference. Which do you think is going to help him live longer? Cutting out fruits and vegetables or cutting out steroids? Take your pick. And so does anyone think that if he were to
Say, look how beautiful my daughter is there.
the rest of his family and he had some of those blueberries, that would shorten his life? Or perhaps maybe it's the testosterone.
Did eat the blueberries though, Greg? Raspberries, blueberries. I'm eating them right now.
He's now adding in the blueberries. Thank goodness. He's got some
Acknowledged it.
antioxidants, and his meal calories are 675. If he had started his diet on
I'm
this,
going to have to agree with Greg in some parts too, man. Yeah, it has to do with the tea, man. Yeah.
remember, that diet's over. The carnivore diet's over. The experiment is over. It worked. If he had started with
Wow, he just acknowledged that it was an experimental diet. First time he's done it. Okay.
this diet, one thing he wouldn't have lost even more weight.
While I was on the carnivore diet, I lost. Yeah, I genuinely believe I probably wouldn't have lost as much weight if I had it in the berries and whatever else. Because I'm on that diet now, and I've definitely put a little bit more weight on. So. My body's at one point, and we put that down to acid reflux.
And the diet was perfect. Never had any problems whatsoever, except for acid reflux, and I lost my voice. But no problems.
Again, to see.
But he wasn't on a 100% carnivore diet or elimination diet, just eating carnivore. Because he just wasn't. I saw those videos, Greg, so I don't know what you're talking about. The whole acid reflux, because he was eating other stuff. I think he had some yogurt there and a bunch of other stuff. I don't know, dairy something. He was doing other fake stuff.
Narrative is just took something completely out of context. I was eating too much yogurt at night time, which was causing acid reflux. Which
Exactly. There you go. And it's unnatural. Yogurt's not natural.
made me lose my voice a little bit. And I just cut back on the yogurt at night time, and that fixed that. So that wasn't really a problem with the diet, it was the problem with the timing of when I ate my Greek yogurt. But I do say that in the whole video, but again, it's just two things out of context to suit his narrative. As far as it is, just fucking steroids. I've had no problem with the diet.
But he says that was just from eating too much yogurt. Hey, if it's part of the diet that caused the problem, then that was the problem.
The only fruits I'm eating are only berries. So raspberries, blueberries, because they are the least carb heavy and they've got the most antioxidant.
And so he's left in raspberries into this new diet because they're least carb heavy. And so carbs, they're the enemy. And so as long as I don't eat carbs, mainly from raspberries and so on, I got it made. It's not the carbs, it was the cheesecake and the shit, the pastries, the massive portions. Guys, Eddie, you can eat a banana and not have a problem. Let me know in the comments section, would you not want Eddie Hall to get terkesterone and GO2 max from his favorite team?
Absolutely not.
Yes, absolutely. I want to get it. So all the fake gains go away.
Not now I've read up about the independent lab testing and all your snake gear oil you've been selling in the past. 100% nobody wants to touch that shit.
For T-plug. The actual product that works. Not the scam bullshit. Not people pretending to have it. You have to prove.
The irony of this guy's calling other people's scam and his product's amazing after everything we've just seen. Irony.
So if you want our turkesterone, click the link in description. Hopefully Eddie Hall can decrease the doses of performance-enhancing drugs and perhaps try some.
This video, Greg, is crazy. Look at this stuff, man. Stuff is fake, bro. Fuck, it's fake. Yeah, testosterone's gonna build you a muscle out of thin air.
That are legal. Some that won't cause you to fail a drug test. We don't want anyone to suffer a heart attack, stroke, and have any of the problems that can come from being.
Oh, jeez. I've got to admit, guys, that
was a long video, too. I'm already starting to put me to sleep, dude.
Hard watch. That was like, how long was that video? That was 16 minutes. That was a 16-minute long video. It felt like
16. Your video says 36 minutes, bro. That's a long ass video, dude.
16 years. I feel like it's taken
45 for me to answer.
Years of my life. I could have eaten 1,000 million cheesecakes, and it still wouldn't took as much of my life as listening to that squeaky, horrible voice for 16 minutes. Greg Doucette does not need to go on a diet because, like, his voice must burn 2,000 calories a minute. How high and screeched it is. I'm gonna have to go have a lie down. I'm gonna have to go have a lie down, maybe a piece of cheesecake, maybe some blueberries. I'm gonna Google a little bit more about Greg Doucette and this dirty, horrible, snaky bastard. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the roast of Greg Doucette. Sorry, Greg Doucette. Nothing personal, Greg, as you say. Nothing personal. I just thought I'd give you a little bit of dose of your own medicine, mate. And I hope when we meet in the future, we can just shake hands and be pals, because I'm not too...
Like Mike Israel.
I'll be exactly as I am now, straight to your face, buddy. And I hope you are the same. I hope you're the same, so I don't like two-faced people. Everyone,
there you go.
Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.
Two-faced people, broski. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'll see you in the next one. That was quite a roast.